What's up, humans, and welcome to a new Psicoactivo. So, a lot has happened between November 13 and today. I already made a couple of videos yesterday. One was like a review of what I thought were the highlights of the hearings. There was a problem between Jeremy Corbell and Representative Mace, but that's being talked about on Twitter. If you want to go check that out, be my guest. I am going to talk about something different, which was the actual impact of the hearings, which were many didn't think that they had an impact, but I saw places like ABC, NBC, the BBC. I mean, the kids section, but baby steps, I guess. I saw Space Magazine. I saw a bunch of different publications, and I saw millions of people tuning in to the YouTube videos talking about the hearings. So the impact is significant. I don't know if it's the same compared to the last hearings with Grush, but I gotta tell you guys, there was an article from the Wall Street Journal that was really, really encouraging. And I thought that was arguably what surprised me the most, because the Wall Street Journal doesn't usually write about this stuff. They're very similar to the New York Times. So they're talking about this in serious fashion. And I think we need to note that. So they have an article with Tim Gallaudet. They are highlighting the hearings. And they say, they have Tim Gallaudet on the cover. And they say, we should not turn a blind eye, but boldly face this new reality and learn from it. And the title of the article says, Former Pentagon official on UFOs, we are not alone. Doesn't get any clearer than that, I guess. So that's the Wall Street Journal. And then we got, you know, how the new media has taken over. The world proved that in the previous elections, most of the attention and the influence was on social media, and specifically on Twitter. And I think that the influencers and the new alternative media outlets are the new mainstream media. That is true. Because these guys are like, have the attention of millions and millions of people. And there's one person who we know, he has a Chuck Clark tape, Logan Paul. I've reported on this before. Funny story. Actually, the very first article that I wrote about UFOs when I was still in Marca, it was shown, the title was shown during a Joe Rogan interview James Fox did last year. That was the very first thing that anybody showed of my work, and that was pretty cool. And then I established a nice back and forth with James, and he shared a couple of my articles. One of those was about this Chuck Clark story. And Paul is very, very convinced that this is real. And his tweet has over 2 million interactions. And he promoted George Knapp's investigation Alien. So, what an endorsement. Good on you, George. I'm happy for you, man. It's nice that you're staying away from all of this. I was glad that I didn't see you in the hearings. Because the hearings, yes, they were effective, but they were also filled with issues and drama, as you guys know. I'm not going to touch on that. I'm just glad that George wasn't there. I'm glad he has time for other stuff that I think it's more important than staying on this drama. There's also something that I wanted to share with you guys, that is new AARo director Kozlovsky. He spoke to the press. He said the following thing about the AARo report that just came out. He says, but there are interesting cases that my physics and engineering background, and time in the IC, I do not understand. And I don't know anybody else who understands them. The hope is that we will be able to release as much of that content as we can to the public so that we can get help in resolving them. He's appealing to the general public on 21 cases from last year alone that AARo just released on their report that they haven't been able to solve. That is a change of pace, in my opinion. That's kind of like a 180. They're not saying it's aliens, but saying that they don't know what it is publicly like this, and that they want the public to know, to chime in, I think that's a step in the right direction. So good on Kozlovsky for doing this. I hope this is not just like some tease that will end up in nothing. We will know very soon because Matt Laszlo at Askapol recently had Senator Kirsten Gillibrand talking about the upcoming hearing in the Senate on November 19th. She's going to have Kozlovsky in front of her, and they're going to talk about this report. But according to Askapol, they are also going to talk about the Langley incursions of these mysterious drones that the Defense Department has been avoiding for a while. They're not saying anything. Like, they're not saying nothing's happening. They're not saying it's drones. They're just like, we can't talk about that, or they haven't really addressed it. So let's see how this goes. The next 4 days are going to be very interesting. I hope that we get even more clarity than we already got. Let me know what you think about this mainstream UFO craze, because it is happening. I just saw Marek von Rennenkampf on TMC talking about this. I'm gonna try and play a video, but if I can't, I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you can see the little clip he showed.
For about 80 years, we have seen official obfuscation, derision, and ridicule of this topic. I think what we're seeing now, just in the last day or two, we're seeing a bit of a change from the U.S. government. Now, that is entirely separate from what Congress is digging into, and those are that's a much thornier issue. These long-standing rumors and allegations that we may have retrieved craft of non-human origin, and that we are attempting, the U.S. government or private contractors are attempting to reverse engineer this technology. I did mention just now, I said non-human technology. I'm very intentional with that word because that is the word and that is the definition that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer put into 63 pages of proposed legislation that, in essence, alleges that the government has indeed retrieved craft of non-human origin. I think that's extraordinary. And this hearing, we had witnesses, and one in particular who built on that and literally raised his right hand and said under oath that he believes that we have retrieved craft of non-human origin.
I think it's very interesting, this change of pace. And I think it all helps, The hearings on November 13th, those helped. This AARo report could have been different if the hearings didn't help, I think. So let me know what you think about that. What do you think about the AARo report? What do you think about the hearings? What can we expect? What do you think about Logan Paul having such a visceral reaction to this and being so committed? I know he was contacted by several organisms that are pro-disclosure and are trying to get him to join them in support. I don't know if that will happen, but let's see. So let me know. I'm going to ask you to please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, and share in any platform. YouTube loves that, so thank you for the help. If you want to help me in any other way or the channel, there are a bunch of links in the description. You can go there and take your pick. Every help is always appreciated. And we finally made it to 10,000 subscribers. So thank you guys. There we go. Let's do this. Let's get to 20K, guys. Thank you for your support. I am so hyped right now. You have no idea. And yeah, that's all I got. So thank you guys. And without further ado, I'll see you guys until tomorrow's video. I got a surprise interview for y'all. Stay tuned. Bye.